What if one mistake, one false accusation, took away your family, your home, and your freedom? I'm Tom, and this is Fluency Go Podcast. Today we'll dive into a powerful story called The Unseen Path to Freedom. Jamie will bring the story to life in slow, clear English, and later I'll help you practice the most important vocabulary. Let's begin. This story will show you how hope can survive even in the darkest places.
The Unseen Path to Freedom. Chapter 1. The Unfair Sentence. Tom Bennett, a kind and gentle banker, lived a peaceful and simple life. Everything changed one unexpected day. He was wrongly accused of a crime he didn't commit, the theft of a large sum of money from his own bank. Despite his repeated pleas of innocence, the judge didn't believe him. With a heavy heart and disbelief in his eyes, Tom was sentenced to many years in the cold, gray walls of Grey Rock Prison. Tom felt scared and alone. He had been torn away from everything he cherished: his family, his cozy home, and his calm life. The days leading up to his imprisonment were filled with confusion and fear. As he stepped through the towering gates of Grey Rock, he looked back one last time, hoping it was all just a terrible mistake. Inside the prison was loud and intimidating. Strange faces, harsh sounds, and cold metal bars surrounded him. Tom felt like a small fish thrown into a vast, hostile ocean. He missed his family deeply and struggled to sleep in his narrow, freezing cell. Each night, he repeated to himself, "I am innocent. I must stay strong. I will survive this." These words became his anchor through the long, lonely nights in Grey Rock. Chapter 2. Meeting Jack. In the midst of Grey Rock's grim and daunting walls, Tom Bennett found a glimmer of hope when he met Jack. Jack was an older inmate with kind eyes and a calm, wise face. He had been in Grey Rock for many years and knew every corner of the prison like the back of his hand. Noticing Tom's struggle to adapt, Jack decided to reach out and help. During their free time, Tom and Jack would walk in the prison yard, sharing stories about their lives, from favorite foods to memories of loved ones. Jack offered advice, showing Tom how to handle the tough days and avoid trouble. He taught him to find small moments of joy, even in a place as difficult as prison. As the days turned into weeks, their friendship grew stronger. They sat together in the cafeteria, shared books, and sometimes whispered about their dreams for the future. Tom slowly began to feel less alone. Jack's support became a guiding light in the dark halls of Grey Rock. This friendship became a source of strength for Tom. He began to feel less isolated and found comfort in Jack's steady presence. Jack, too, discovered renewed purpose in helping Tom, and their bond became unbreakable. They understood that, together, they could face whatever Grey Rock threw at them. Each day, their trust deepened, not just as friends, but as brothers walking the same hard road. Chapter 3. The Library Project. With Jack by his side, Tom began to see Grey Rock in a new light. As he adjusted to prison life, he stumbled upon an old, forgotten room, tucked away in a quiet corner, the prison's library. It was nothing like the libraries he remembered. The shelves were dusty, and the few books there were worn and falling apart. But that discovery sparked an idea. Tom imagined turning the room into a place of learning and escape. He proposed the idea to the warden, who, though surprised by Tom's initiative, agreed with hesitation. Encouraged by Jack, Tom started writing letters to people and organizations outside Grey Rock, requesting book donations. Weeks passed. One day a small box of books arrived, then another and another. Soon the shelves began to fill with stories of adventure, history, and even school textbooks. Prisoners started to visit the library, finding comfort and escape in its pages. Tom and Jack spent hours organizing the books, creating labels, and recommending titles to fellow inmates. What started as a quiet corner turned into a place of peace and imagination. The library became more than shelves and stories. It became a beacon of hope inside Grey Rock. For many prisoners, it was the only place where they could feel free, if only in their minds. Tom felt proud. Through books, he had brought a sense of purpose not only to himself, but to others as well. And in that dusty, revived room, something new began to grow. A small, quiet community. Chapter 4. The Secret Plan. As the years passed, Tom never gave up on one truth. He was innocent. Even behind the cold stone walls of Grey Rock, his hope stayed alive. And then, one quiet night, a bold idea began to form. It was risky. It could cost him everything. But Tom was ready. He started to work on a secret plan, a way to escape Grey Rock and prove his innocence. Each night after lights out, Tom would quietly continue his work. He had learned the prison's routines, weak spots, and hidden corners. Using scraps he collected over time, he began shaping a path to freedom. The work was slow, meticulous, dangerous, but Tom was patient. Each morning, he hid his progress so well that no one suspected a thing. Jack was the only one who knew. He listened carefully each night as Tom whispered updates, drawing sketches in the dust beneath his bunk. Though Jack worried about the risks, he never discouraged him. Instead, he supported him. Quietly, faithfully. "If anyone can do this, it's you," Jack would say, his voice low and steady. They often spoke about life beyond the prison walls. Tom dreamed of clearing his name, of starting again. Jack, older and weary, longed for a simple walk in the sun. Their shared secret brought them closer than ever. And though the plan was dangerous for both of them, it was more than escape. It was hope. Chapter 5. The Great Escape. The morning started like any other in Grey Rock. But something was different. Tom's cell was empty. The guards were stunned. Alarms blared. Tom Bennett, the quiet, thoughtful man who built a library, had vanished. He had done it. After years of planning and quiet work, Tom escaped through the secret tunnel he had carved beneath the prison floor. The prison was thrown into chaos. Guards searched every hallway. Inmates whispered in awe. Back in his cell, Tom had left behind nothing but a folded blanket and a quiet message to Jack, hidden under the mattress. Jack sat quietly in the corner of the library, holding the note Tom had left him. It wasn't long, but it said everything. "Thank you for believing in me. I'll be waiting. Follow the map." Along with the note was a small, hand-drawn map, one they had spoken about in hushed tones. It led to a town by the sea. Jack felt a mix of pride, worry, and hope. He knew Tom was out there, finally free. Among the other prisoners, stories of Tom's escape spread quickly. Some called it impossible. Others whispered that it was inspiring. For Jack, it was a promise that even in a place like Grey Rock, hope could survive. Chapter 6. A New Beginning. Years later, Jack finally stepped out of Grey Rock, a free man at last. In his hand, he held the same map Tom had left him. With cautious hope in his heart, he followed the winding trail to a small coastal town bathed in golden light. The town was quiet, peaceful, so different from the cold stone of prison. Jack's eyes scanned the streets, searching for a familiar face. And there he was. Tom sat outside a tiny cafe, a book in one hand and sunlight on his face. When he saw Jack, he stood up at once, his smile wide, his eyes full of life. They embraced. No words needed. Tom told Jack about his new life, a small business, new friends, and a second chance. But more than that, he shared his dream to help others who had been wrongfully imprisoned, just like he was. They walked along the shoreline side by side. The air was fresh, the sea calm. What began as survival had become purpose. What started in darkness had led to light. And as the sun dipped into the ocean, they both knew this wasn't just the end of their journey. It was the beginning of something beautiful.
Great job listening to the story. Now, let's learn 8 important words and phrases from the unseen path to freedom. I will say the word, explain it simply, give you an example, and then we'll practice together. 1. Sentence. A punishment decided by a judge. Example. He got a 10-year sentence. 2. Innocent, not guilty. Did nothing wrong. Example. She is innocent of the crime. 3. Prison cell. A small room in a prison. Example. He slept in a dark cell. 4. Friendship. A close and caring relationship between people. Example. Their friendship gave them strength. 5. Library. A place with books to read or borrow. Example. She studied in the library. 6. Secret plan. A hidden idea or project. Example. They made a secret plan to escape. 7. Escape. To get free from a place. Example. The prisoner escaped at night. 8. Freedom. The state of being free, not controlled by others. Example. Everyone wants freedom. That's it. 8 key words and phrases. The more you repeat them, the stronger they will stay in your memory. Well done, my friend. You finished another English story. Remember, every time you listen, you grow stronger. New words, new practice, and more confidence. Step by step, your English improves. Keep believing in yourself. You can do this. Question for you. What does freedom mean to you? Think about it. Maybe even say your answer out loud. And if you enjoyed this story, don't stop here. Listen to another story on our channel. Subscribe to Fluency Go podcast and keep learning with us every week. Until next time, stay motivated, stay curious, and keep going. Bye for now.